I first heard about NoFap when I was 16 years old. I tried it back then, but didn't take it seriously because I was not interested in life. Back then was browsing 4chan, Live Leak, and also into heavy metal, grotesque, life-hating, victimizing, disempowering, and misanthropic themes. Skip forward to getting my first real job as a clinical engineering apprentice when I was 19 years old. Getting this apprenticeship made me a little more confident in myself, which is when I met my current girlfriend. About 2 years ago, I discovered semen retention, and I immediately remembered that I was interested in NoFap in my earlier days. This time I was much more empowered and interested in doing this, so I did lots of research, studied, and learned about it. Before going on my semen retention journey, me and my girlfriend were arguing a lot, but from how I see it now, and all the lessons I've learned, much of our problems came from my own frustrations and projections regarding my addiction to pornography. So I started experimenting, and boy, was it hard. I must have failed my streak 30 times in a row. Part of this stemmed from my own neuroticism and subconscious wish to stay addicted, partly because I wanted to destroy myself because I didn't believe I deserved a good life. The trickiest of problems was that I always made these super intricate mind games with myself as to why I had to masturbate and all other common traps and excuses you see people talk about. Here's the good part, the benefits I've gathered and noticed in the last year alone. No more monkey mind. I can focus for long stretches of time, and my energies are consciously used to create beautiful things. I recently started my first business, and it's going great. I've read more than 30 books since starting semen retention. I never read a book in my life before SR. I started doing pranayama, Wim Hof breathing techniques, and cold showers every day. This is huge. I cleaned up my diet significantly. Lately, I've been able to do 1 meal a day fasts for up to 2 weeks in a row. Meditating, yoga, tai chi, or qigong. I've experimented with all of these, and I can say so far, qigong has been the most beneficial for me. Semen retention builds a lot of energy and thus needs to be transformed, used positively. I also play music, specifically handpan, which is a great creative use of energy. No more embarrassing conversations with girls at work. I work at a hospital where there are many nurses, and I don't feel like I'm sexualizing, objectifying, but instead honoring their divinity and beauty without perversion. I'm looking at all other women as my own sister, and I want to help them as much and as best I can, instead of projecting sexual fantasies 24/7. Manifestation powers are without a shred of a doubt strengthened. Sometimes it's scary how something I thought about a month ago suddenly appears in my life. These are both random occurrences and patterns I notice as well as conscious manifestations through sheer will. No more arguing between my girlfriend and me. We still make love but do so in a conscious slow, Taoist way. I've successfully been able to have sex for the last 12 months without ejaculating once. Now I can finally clearly see that all our intimate relationship problems stemmed from me projecting my own shadow and limitations upon her. No more self-destructive behavior, no more arguing. Now we're supporting each other and empowering each other. I struggled with flaky hair and skin issues like acne for my whole life, which has been hugely improved this last year. Personally, much of this stems from the pure mental clarity and gratitude I have for my own masculine energy. No longer angry at anyone. I can now really live at peace with knowing that if, for example, colleagues at work are angry and bitter about their life, I see clearly that it's because they are victims of their own created circumstances, and that they aren't doing things to fix up their life. I was exactly like this before. Talking about one's own issues without doing anything about them. The structure that's present in my life this today is largely attributed to the benefits gathered from semen retention. My mood is stable and very positive 95% of the time. I'm able to talk about traumatic issues in my life and go deep into emotions, just like a child would cry without fear of judgment. Being able to really feel my emotions without hiding them is a deeply spiritually transformative shift in consciousness. These are some of the major ones. Of course, there are minor benefits here and there, but for me, if I could sum semen retention up, it's basically about stopping being a victim, taking control, and empowering oneself to create a better life for oneself.